Hey guys, how's it going? I am back with another video, and this one has to do with why I decided to leave Germany and if I will ever go back. If you are new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. But yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so a main reason, I pretty much only have three main reasons why I left Germany, or decided to leave Germany rather. Reason number one is work. Even though I had jobs throughout the whole time I was in Germany, it was hard to find a consistent and stable job. So I was working as a bartender for a little bit, but bartenders I think are super underpaid. The first bar that I was working at, I just wasn't cool with the ethics. I was a bartender, and yet they ended up getting pre-mixed drinks and then wanted me to pour those, and I'm like, you don't really need a bartender to do that, so I quit. And they also was pouring cheap alcohol into more expensive bottles, and I said I refuse to do that as well. The ethics at that bar just wasn't for me. The second bar that I was at, I was very, very, very underpaid. Since it was a contracted job, my taxes weren't that high on it, which was really good because I could actually get paid, but I was only allowed 1 day off a week. And that 1 day off ended up being, for me, half a day on Saturday and half a day on Tuesday, because that's when I had dance rehearsal. So I was literally working 7 days a week, making 1,400 euros a month. And the treatment that we got there was not okay. We were just told that we were dumb, we didn't know what we were doing, and I'm like, I've been working as a bartender for years, I'm trained, I made your bar menu, I'm telling you I need help, because this restaurant had maybe 50 tables and I was the only bartender. And working at a bar in Germany, there is so much you actually do. I was pouring waters, I was pouring soft drinks, and then I had to make your beer, make your cocktail. And for a 50 table restaurant, there were people literally waiting 45 minutes to an hour. And I even had to open coconuts, and those take time. It was just a lot, and just wasn't really good. After that, I started working as an English teacher, but it was a freelance job, which I didn't mind at all. The issue that I kind of had with it was just the amount of taxes I was paying. I believe I was paying around 51% taxes. This wouldn't have been an issue, but because I went to university in the States, I had to pay back my college tuition. So I had my college tuition, my cell phone bill, I had a car, so I had my gas that I was paying to get to work, which the gas costs were given back to me because it was a freelance job, but it was just so many costs that I had, and the taxes were just so high that I had to put so much of my paycheck to the aside. And after all my bills, I was literally looking at maybe 300 euros for the whole month to myself. And I just couldn't live or survive off of that. Working at this freelance job did give me contacts for other jobs, but you can't please everyone. You just can't please everyone. So I know for one job I applied for, I got sabotaged 3 times by one person because she didn't like me. And so I didn't get the job in Germany. I applied for their station in London, and she sabotaged that. And she also sabotaged me applying for another branch of the company, because she was already in the company, she knew people, and she just completely ruined it. And I had people tell me, said, hey, you were one of the top people for this job, but then she said this about you, and that kind of turned them off. And so it was just hard finding another contracted job that would actually pay me and be able to help me pay my bills as well. I did receive a lot of job offers from other places in Germany, but the pay in these places weren't that good. So it was maybe around like 26,000 euros a year. I guess the main reason why I left Germany is that I never really fit in. It's kind of so hard to find friends in Germany. a lot of my friends weren't actually German. They were Hungarian, they were American, and but they had partners, and so they were always with their partners, and I just never really had that friendship or unity. I ended up joining a dance team, but even still with the dance team, I never really fit in. Everyone had known each other for years, and then I was just this newbie, and I just never felt welcome. Everyone was female, which isn't an issue, but me being a male, being on a dance team with 20 other females, it makes it even more difficult to fit in. I think we were 2 males. He had a girlfriend, and so he was always off with his girlfriend doing things. Then it was just me with 20 other females who had known each other for years and years and years. So I just felt left out and out of the loop. Especially at the time, my German wasn't really that good, and so yeah, it was very, very difficult at that. Leading into more about the friends, it's so hard to make friends in Germany because Germans don't let people in. I think as an American, I can literally move to a city, go to a bar, and make conversation with anybody. If you click with that person, they're just like, hey, I heard you're new here. I'm having a party Friday, or I'm having a get together with some friends. You should come over. And then automatically you might have a friend. I moved to North Carolina in 2010. My best friend I met in 2012. And we met because he would come into the restaurant that I was working at. He worked at a different restaurant, and he was a good tipper. And then I would go see him, he was a good tipper. And then we just ended up becoming friends, and our friend groups kind of merged, restaurant and restaurant, and that's how a lot of my friends are today, are people from that restaurant. So not even people that I've met or have known, literally just people that were coming in to see me because they knew I gave great service. Also, I always felt like I had something to prove in Germany. Being black in Germany is super, super difficult. If you want to know more about that video and how it is being black in Germany, I will put that video here for you. But it was just difficult, and I felt like I was trying to prove something, and eventually I realized how unhappy I was and that I had nothing to prove. I didn't have to prove that even though I was black, I wasn't stealing from this country, or I wasn't trying to do something evil or try to take over their country. It was just difficult, and so I was just like, I'm not happy. I think it's time for me to go. One thing that really solidified why I was leaving was friends, or maybe I should say friends. The reason why is because for 2 years I was working at a boarding school, and the town was very, very, very small, and I became super, super close with the people in that town. After those 2 years were over, I ended up moving to a neighboring town just 15 minutes away. But as soon as I moved, I realized they stopped contacting me. They would never ask, hey DQ, how are you? What's going on? Even after 2 years of me knowing them. And I started realizing that I would just use the whole 2 years for my car. Anytime someone needed to go somewhere, I would be like, yeah, no worries, I can drive. Let's take a day trip to Nuremberg, or let's go party in Würzburg for the evening, or just somewhere that's like an hour away. So I would always offer to drive. And I realized that was all I was. Because after I moved, it was like I was ghosted. I didn't really hear from them. I would continue to contact them and say, hey, what's going on? You guys going out? And I would meet them places, but they would never contact me. I ended up moving about an hour away, and I just never really heard from them. I heard from my best friend from the group. I speak with him a lot, even to this day. But I think the one thing that hurt me the most, I'm trying not to cry, but I had my going away party And no one from my friend group showed up except my best friend from that friend group. These were people that I had known for 5 years, and not one of them showed up. Their excuse was, oh, I'm sorry, we're not going to be able to make it out. And they literally had nothing to do. They didn't have to drive because my best friend was driving. They could have even taken a train to me. They didn't have to worry about their place to stay because I let everybody who was at my party stay at my place. We had sleeping arrangements. I supplied all the alcohol, so they didn't even have to bring alcohol. And I supplied some food, so they didn't even need to bring food. I felt betrayed in a way. Kind of like I wasn't worth it, I guess. And the excuses that they gave me were just, oh, we just can't make it. Oh, we're not going to be able to do this. And yet that night, I saw them on Snapchat partying elsewhere. And so I'm just like, you can go party somewhere else, but someone that you've known for 5 years and probably will never see again, you don't care to say goodbye. And that devastated me, and I was just like, this is why I'm leaving. And so that solidified why I was leaving. Everything just combined kind of ruined Germany for me, and honestly makes me never want to go back to the country. That being said, I've met so many Germans in Australia, and they are completely different to the people that I was friends with in Germany. They have opened my eyes, and I still speak with a lot of them now, especially in this pandemic. A lot of us had to go home, and it makes me think that I can live in Germany again, but I 100% would not go back to the area that I was in. I would go to the north, I would go to the west, I would never go back to the south. It has a bad taste in my mouth, and I just will never go back. This video isn't made to stop anyone from going to Germany. This is just my experience, and everyone's experiences are different. Germany did teach me a lot. It taught me how to have super tough skin, and I don't mean that in a sense that Germans are very honest, because I'm very honest. I will tell you if I don't like you. I will tell you don't talk to me. Like, I'm very honest, but it taught me that I'm okay being alone. We don't need friends to be happy. We just need ourselves, and we just need to be able to be true to we just have to be true to who we are. And I've learned that living in Germany, and I've learned to love the color of my skin, my blackness, and that there is nothing wrong with me. This video I just wasn't sure if I should make it or not, but I thought I should just voice how I felt about this country. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. To see more videos on Germany, such as 21 things that I think you should know before going, or 5 of the best things that I think Germany has, click the link up here. And I will put my last German video here as well. Other than that, I will see you guys next time, and remember, be true to yourself. Bye, guys.